Hello, this is Tyler with Keystone Farm. Just going to give a little update on the farm here. Built this rope gate a couple weeks ago. Looks like I might need to get different posts though. You can see this one's a little bit bent. I don't know if this one will hold up for the long term, so I had got a bunch of these, but oh well, just have to get different ones. See here on rope gates, you secure the bottom. Just use high tensile there, and then all the strands are hot. They're hooked to the hot wire high tensile strands down here. Just tied them off there, and then drilled holes through the post here. Should be able to do it with one hand here. So we're just going to do rope gates where, one-handed. Rope gates where we don't, use the gate much. Where we use the gate more, we'll use the metal gates. Just because it's quicker, a little quicker and easier. Looks like my brother just moved them into this paddock. He's gonna talk a little bit about what they're grazing up here. Oh, here's the water line I just installed. I put hay over the water line just to keep it out of the sun. You can see it down here. I use 3/4, which is apparently not recommended. It's recommended to go at least an inch diameter. But so far it's working. I don't have all my water lines out yet, but we'll see. I think it'll work in my context still, but if I ever expand to neighboring properties, I might have to either just run new water lines over there or go with 1 inch, I guess. I was going to return the stuff I had, but I'd have to pay for shipping and too much of a hassle, so just kept it, I guess. So it looks like they're grazing this dock. I don't know if it's curly dock or yellow dock, but they like that broadleaf. Sheep like the broadleaf plants. And they're really going after this apple tree. So I think it makes a lot of sense to plant fruit trees for animals. This is a crab apple, but the apples are pretty small. We'll still eat all the leaves, but this tree has a little bit bigger crab apples, and they've already eaten basically everything they can reach. For the apples, I'll go up there and shake it. That's what I do. I'll go up there and shake that tree, and a bunch of apples will fall, and then they'll pick them off the ground too. Just a good way to fatten the animals up for winter time. Give them some extra carbohydrates. So here is black currant. We'll probably strip all the leaves off that. I got some hazelnut here. I don't know if there's any nuts. They produced a few nuts last fall. Here's some comfrey. Comfrey is more medicinal, which they can, I guess, pick and choose what they want. Here's some black walnut. Some more black currant. And some more comfrey. So all along here there's lots of comfrey, currant, then overstory taller trees. This is pretty close planting here. This is a maple between these black walnuts. See underneath there's more comfrey. I just missed it. The cows were in this area that's this eating these apples, but they just left. This is what their fresh cow pie looks like. Looks pretty good. The calf is still over here. It's interesting, it doesn't really hang out with the other cows very much, except when it's time to nurse. It goes over and nurses good still. Yeah, here's more hazelnut here. I don't know, I can't remember what this one is. It's buffalo berry, or we planted all kinds of different shrubs and trees and herbs along this. We planted on contour. Originally I was gonna plant a bunch of these rows in this pasture area, but I found other areas to do that. Planting in this already established, there's already trees in here and other bushes that it's just more work to try planting this kind of area. So we just planted in the fields that didn't have anything growing. They were just blank slate. It was easier to establish. Seems like we put probably 2 feet of wood chips originally when we planted everything. Here's a mulberry here. So that was like 5 years ago, and he's still plenty of wood chips here. Another crabapple. And then this is called Jerusalem artichoke. This with that yellow flower there. There's some there. It's really good tubers. Bunch there, all along here. There's a lot of that. Pigs would really like this area. Eventually, when everything's booming, we'll probably run the pigs through areas like this just periodically to clean up any fallen fruit. And so this is a specific variety of poplar that I planted. Eventually I'll probably cut it down, and then planning on planting out these sticks in rows, and then just growing poplar out in the field pretty close together. It'll be more animal fodder, not for timber. It's good to get a lot of variety for the animals to eat, so they can pick and choose, eat some grass, some trees, some herbs, some bushes, whatever, fruit, medicinal plants. Here's an oak tree. And there's a bunch of elderberry. So I'm not going to go through the whole row. There's black locust down there and a few other things, but just give you a little idea of what's possible. Probably took, I suppose, a couple days to plant this all out, and then another day or two to put the wood chips down. Like I said, the wood chips, that was, in hindsight, a little overkill. We put 2 feet along the whole row. The row's probably I don't know, 600 feet or something. But, you know, you do it once and then you just come back year after year and see how the trees are doing. And they're originally, I was thinking to do it, plant it for human use, and we, you know, for us to eat. And we've harvested currants and elderberries and stuff off of it, but now it's like, why not just let the animals have access to it? And you know, as long as you don't keep them there too long, they won't girdle the trees. They'll just eat the lower branches and leaves and fruit. If we left them here a month, they might start, especially the sheep, might start eating the bark. So yeah, we're gonna bale graze this whole area, this pasture, this year, so we'll get better growth. When I point the camera this way, it doesn't look too bad, but when you point it down, there's actually not a whole lot growing. You see there's moss, which shows it's probably acidic. But slowly but surely it's improving. These cedar trees, some people will tell you to cut them down, but you know, if we're bale grazing this area in the winter, they'll provide really good shelter, and the animals will bed underneath them in snowstorms and behind them, depending on which way the wind is coming. So I think that's good for now. See you on the next one.